Hi, everybody. Welcome to Beyond the Backcast. Ryan, I'm Upper Talk with Braydon Keddy. Talk about Batman, the animated series, and this week's episode is Harlequinade. How you doing today, sir?
When life gives you lemons, make Harlequinade.
If only. If you're not like a Joker type, would you really want to? Would you be able to? Why would you want a Harley kicking around? Because it seems like she'd be always
I can
been.
think of a couple reasons people would want Harley kicking around.
Well, that's the thing, though. Even though if you're
Dirty,
not,
dirty reasons.
well, that's the thing, though. If you're not the Joker, then well, do you think she'd be going for you though? Yeah, this
Ah, true.
hypothetically, you're right. So
Yeah.
is the thing. Yeah, like, yeah. So
Must
you have
touch the flame. Must touch the
to.
flame.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying like still won't try, but I'm just saying like just a matter of how effective the reciprocation will be, and I don't think that is the thing really in that one really. More
Go out on your own terms, I say.
as that doesn't hurt trying, I suppose. But yes, this is, as I said, this episode is called Harlequinade. It is the 72nd episode produced, and the it's fuck if I can talk. It is the 70th episode to air, having it air on May 23rd, 1994. It was written by Paul Dini and directed by Kevin Altieri. So yeah, so I think so definitely Kevin Altieri and Frank Power as definitely the two like main directors I think so far.
hmm I had never seen this episode as a kid, and
Yeah. And I was thinking the same thing. By the time I got to the end of this, I was just trying to think back, and like usually I have like my old memories to think about to like fall back onto it as well. I was like, yeah, I'm fairly certain I haven't seen this one before. So yeah,
mhm.
so it's good. It's weird that I think this is the third the first episode that both of us haven't seen because I think I've seen all of them up to this one, I believe, and I think you had at least one or two that you haven't seen so far that you said at least if memory serves,
Yeah,
at least one or two.
it'll
So
probably be
yes.
more by the end of this podcast. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I imagine there will be more that I haven't seen because as much as I did watch this growing up in syndication and stuff, there's so many episodes. Like, I'm surprised there hasn't been more than this one at least. I haven't seen. But yeah, but as I said, yeah, like for as much as I did watch it, I'm sure I didn't catch every single one. So probably gonna guess there's probably goes at least be like three to four more that I haven't seen coming up because I think there's not a whole lot coming up, but at least enough for another year or so almost. I think. But yeah, so this episode starts off. I think this starts off with like the auction of the bomb,
It's the
where just
bum.
yeah, it's and none of like the super villains are there oddly enough, so it wasn't like
That's a good point.
it's not like you saw like the Penguin and Two Face and or whoever else like sitting like in the front row or at least scattered among the crowd or hanging in the back or something. But it's just a bunch of
Yeah, it's all
fucking
mob
random,
guys.
and it's not even like the like big mob guys. It's just fucking people who the fuck are these like rendos like that they trying to I guess it's like all the up and comers trying to be like ones to get noticed next I think sort of thing.
You're gonna get noticed. You're gonna be all over the city.
So so and then that's me the next thing when they start the auction for the buy a nuclear bomb no less they say which I'm kind of surprised that nuclear weapons have started like exist in this universe really because they like barely have guns and they have fucking Tommy guns as their like main like
hmm
machine gun weapon.
I
So so
mean,
but I get
probably like if like the technological standpoint probably capped somewhere at like the 50s or the 60s. You're like early into the atomic age, like fresh off of like the Manhattan Project. So
I felt somewhat almost out of place that they had it was like an atomic bomb instead of just having like it being just like a huge just like a random like bomb. I
Yeah,
guess.
and this
And
bomb
just
is
and
huge.
So I guess so I guess that is in keeping with like I don't know like with atomic like at least old like OG like atomic bombs were fucking huge as well. Yeah, so I guess that so I guess I could have you could have just had it as a huge regular bomb and be the same effect, but I guess the atomic bomb is just to get that extra scare factor in there, I guess, or whatever. And as I was getting like, yeah, like they start off the auction of this atomic bomb at $1 million. That seems really cheap for like the opening bid for like an atomic bomb, I would think. Even in
Yep.
1992, like no, sorry, what was this? Yeah, $1994. That seems real cheap.
Hmm.
But I guess that's in keeping with going with like the I guess the lower level, yeah, criminals in Gotham who they got there. So I guess that's all they could afford. But why would you be selling off like that cheap? Why don't you get like why don't you get like Two-Face or the Penguin or whatever? But I guess they're probably trying to avoid what happens next is as they're bidding on it. So I think the last bid I remember is like five, and like the one guy like was shaking his fist at the other guy or something like that. And
Yeah.
I'm sure probably went. I'm sure probably went a bit far, but like the last number I remember was like either five or seven.
Yeah.
And then as they're bidding on it, you see like the Joker come in and like throws one of the Joker cards. The way it like landed in the stage or whatever, it seems like it's like a metal card, which I never
Hmm.
really thought. I just thought
Yeah, it's got playing
which is
card
interesting. Yeah.
shurikens.
So the Joker is there to do the joke. I can't remember exactly what he says, but he just
He
ends up
says,
like he's there and he.
yeah, he's like,
But,
oh, I've got a bid for you. Nothing.
oh yeah,
Bupkis.
so
Nada. Zip.
that's it. Yeah, yeah. So he ends up stealing the bomb, and like and does the other mob guys and his guys end up having a shootout as they steal it, or am
Well, no,
I?
because he's wearing a top hat, which I'm like, I don't know, maybe he like stole
Oh
it
yeah, that's right.
from like the Mad Hatter before leaving Arkham. And because at first they're just like, you expect us to kind of like let you walk out of here with the bomb. And he's like, no, no, of course not. I have a little surprise for you. And he's got like a like cartoon like one of those like black bombs like like sparking under his hat, and they all run out like holy crap. And then it's just Joker and the auctioneer guy there, and so he's like catch, the auctioneer catches the bomb, and of course it's a dud. What is it?
But with knowing the Joker, it's like I think it's a true 50-50 on if it would actually be an actual bomb, though. I think
Yeah.
so.
Well, and even still, like it gasses him in the face.
Yeah. So and as I was thinking that, I'm like, yeah, it's a true 50-50 on if it's going to be a bomb, and then if it's not a bomb, it could be a fair chance of fuck it, and then he gets gas. So I'm like, yep, that's it. The answer's that, yeah. So either way,
Yep.
you're kind of fucked, and then it turns out to be like the Joker Venom like laughing gas. And he just starts like laughing at everybody. He's like,
Yeah.
then what happens after that? I forget now.
After that, well, the Joker's run away. I'm very curious as to how he transported this bomb. Like, it looks even bigger than something you could put in a flatbed, like a truck or a crane. I don't know. But it's the commissioner on the phone with the mayor, and he's like, "We need to evacuate the city." And Mayor Hill's like, "No, we don't." He's like, "No, seriously, we need to evacuate the city."
Uh,
He's like,
yeah. The mayor seemed really lackadaisy about hearing that the Joker had a fucking atomic bomb.
"Yeah." Which
He's like,
even
yeah,
for
we
him,
don't.
I'm like, yeah, something's like there's obviously some more to it, and we won't spoil that just yet. But yeah, I was like, kind of like, I don't know. Like, part of me is wondering, like, would he be like that? Like, like remember the mayor in the Jaws movie where he's like, we're a summer town. We need summer dollars. It's like, please get in the water. Please get in the shark infested water.
Yeah, but like one shark attack, I think is very much lower on the scale than the Joker with a fucking atomic bomb.
But
Like,
the economy, Adam, the precious economy.
Like yeah, still I wouldn't be as worried about like one shark that I would have been that like one time like yeah, I'd be worried about and be like yeah, a couple days maybe or something and just some other thing. But yeah, at least be as worried, not
Yeah.
not less worried than that.
Don't you understand? Profits are down. Yeah. And body counts are high. Yeah, so there is more to it, but we won't just say what at the moment. But yeah, as you guys know, if you've listened to this show, we're more than happy to make fun of Hamilton Hill, who in the comics, I would like to point out, is a corrupt city official, but not in this condition. He's just, a twit. But yeah, so Batman's like, well, if he's not going to evacuate the city, you're gonna have to let me find the bomb. He's like, we don't even know like where it could be. He's like, we're gonna have to find the Joker, so we'll have to find someone who thinks like the Joker. And so all of a sudden, we cut to Harley Quinn in her cell at Arkham, where she's blowing bubble gums. And for a second there, I thought, are we going to get like a Silence of the Lambs type scenario with like Hannibal Lecter, where it's like, like, tell me about the whoopee pies, Clarice. Like,
Tell me about the bats,
yeah,
Bruce.
yeah, that's actually, yeah, it's him. Tell me about the bats, bat. Yeah, that's good. But yeah, so he's the Joker's out there. He's got a bomb, and I need your help to bring it in. And he's like, "Why would I do that? I wouldn't betray my pudding for nobody." And he's like, "Well, suit yourself. If you help us get the bomb, I was gonna give you a pardon. You're like, I agreed to give you a pardon with the Arkham board." She's like, "All right, I'll do it."
Then that's when they cut to like having her like in the Batmobile. Which
Yeah,
even
handcuffed.
yeah, even handcuffed, I'm not sure I'd trust Harley Quinn in there because even
Yeah,
handcuffed, you can still fucking press buttons. So you got to have the handcuffs like a type. Even if she didn't like uncuff herself, you can still reach and press stuff. You have two fingers to press stuff instead of just the one.
yeah. Well,
So
that's
that
the thing.
so
She like uncuffed herself fairly quickly because she like
yeah.
just like reached, pulled a hairpin, and within like 5 seconds, she's like, "Ooh, what's on the radio?" And he's like, "Stop touching shit."
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, so you think a Batman would have like checked her hair for that, and two, if the customer do that, she could have reached over and pressed those buttons anyway.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was a good thing that she didn't press like the button that what was it
The ejector
yeah,
seat.
but yeah, the ejector seat that Bullock was going to fucking almost press us unless Batman was just fucking pulling Bullock's leg.
Hey, remember that cockpit has a roof, so she would be new. She would become pudding on the ceiling.
Well, that's the thing though. If there's an ejector seat, it's going to be programmed to like open, to open it up first. Either have a little on the side thing, or just have like the entire thing just come off and then shoot up. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
assuming that ejector seat is actually true. Yeah. So,
yeah. But yeah, we,
could
we
have.
get this really good scene of a Harley who, like, she hits like random buttons, and I forget what happens, but like the car basically goes into a tailspin.
Yeah, no, like the button she presses is like the drag racer parachute.
Oh, that was it. Yeah,
Yeah, and obviously it's blown in the wind and stuff. So yeah, so it causes the Batmobile to kind of lose control a little bit. Yeah, and he's like crashing and stuff.
yeah. And then he like hits the brakes, and she's like, "Oops, sorry." And he's like, "Listen carefully. From now on,
No,
you
no,
don't t
he actually yells at her.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what I was getting to. Give me a moment. I'm building tension. He's like, let me explain something. You don't touch anything, say anything, or do anything until I tell you. Got it? Like, yes, sir.
Yeah, so like I way to almost like treat her like the Joker does.
Yeah. He's like, this feels
Like,
familiar.
yeah, just a little bit. Yeah, so that's probably why she got scared. Yeah,
I never
like,
noticed how
or
hot you were before, Bats.
yeah, like oh yeah, so that's yeah, so one of the few times Batman acts like the Joker, so that's why she actually listened.
Yeah. So I think he says like, well, if we're gonna start somewhere, we should start at your last hideout. So he's like, take me to your last hideout. And I love, by the way, she's like, after getting screamed at by Batman, she's like making like faces at him and just like, like sticking her tongue out. He turns around and she's like doing the middle of it. And she's like, uh, okay.
Yeah, and then that's when he calls Robin and says they're going to the Joker's last known hideout as well. Is that what she was making the noise, or did you just say that and I just didn't listen?
Yeah, that's where she says like, yeah, I'll take you there. And so they go to the hideout. It's this like kind of carnival looking place, and she's says there's like a tent where Batman's about to open it, and she says, I'll just change into something more comfortable. It's like, is she gonna like try and sleep with Batman? And he's like, no tricks now. That was his rule. He's like, if you double cross me, the deal's off. And he's like, oh, I wouldn't do that. Wink. You just said wink. You didn't wink. You just said wink. Shit.
Well, because you weren't looking, so I can see everything.
Yeah. So he opens up the tent, and that's where he sees like TV screens all over the inside of the tent that are
Yeah,
like,
my kind of place.
yeah, it actually does kind of look like your kind of setup. But yeah, it's like CCTV, like hidden cameras all over Gotham, like the
Yeah,
mayor's office.
yeah, like GCPD. There's a couple there, and like like Gordon's office, like Mayor Hill's office. So
Yeah,
you so you can like looking out there's a couple more. So we just doesn't don't we don't get to see like exactly what those are, and just that we kind of pan out and we see like a couple of the Joker's hyenas are there.
yeah,
Starting to crawl, like sneak up on him.
yeah. I
But
just
I
thought,
think
like, what if
that's
this is how
but I
like
think
the Joker found out that like Bruce Wayne is Batman? Like he just hid something in Bruce Wayne's like bedroom, and he just sees Bruce Wayne like standing in front of a mirror, just going, "I'm Batman. I'm Batman. I'm Batman." Like over and over again. He's like, I gotta keep saying it until it sounds cool.
no, I think I think he does have like a mirror in the back cave to do that instead. So
Give me a dark mirror.
well, it's Batman, so that tracks really. So
Yeah. Just realize like you need light for a mirror to work, right?
well, there's lights in the back cave. So like it's like Batman has or like in his bedroom he has like a little like has like the fireman pole going down to his the back cave, so
True.
he doesn't have to go through there. So he's like the Joker's like, why does he keep on going in the closet for hours?
Why has he got a stripper pole back there?
Yeah, like I know he doesn't even see that. He just like sees him go into the closet. And he's like, "What is in there? What is he doing? Like, what is he like trying to hide smoking weed from Alfred or something? What's
He's
going
just
on?"
smoking weed behind his bookshelf. Ah, it's funny. Yeah, he's like reading like friggin' I don't know what's like a trippy book like Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, just stoned off his ass. The snozberries taste like snozberries. Don't look up what snozberry means unless you really want to, and it's really funny. But yeah, so the hyenas they see him and they like jump on Batman, and I was like, he was definitely roughed up by them, but not that much. So I was like, are they just like kind of licking him? Like what's going on? Because like he had a little bit of a tear in his shoulder, but otherwise he looks fine considering two hyenas are like attacking him.
Yeah, but it wasn't much before like Harley got there though. So
That's true.
so
Yeah,
maybe
she got there quick.
so maybe that was it. That's what saved him really.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I used to see more like vultures or they're just scavengers more than
Hmm.
like actual time. But I mean, it said there were two of them though. So
Our teeth and ambitions are burned. Be prepared.
but it's not like I don't think Joker would have gone to Africa and picked up a couple. So I'm sure if they're like, not true fighting for their lives for scraps of food, tough. So
Why does this Chaita sound like Whoopi Goldberg?
And why does this sound like one of the guys for LA from Cheech and Chong?
I know I was stoned, but the hyena's stoned too.
No, what was the third one? It's like
Oh, it's like a voice actor. Like Fred
what's
Taskor, I think it is.
okay, someone else. So yeah, so after like yeah, Harley brings it, comes into the food, gets them off, and like I think she remembers like a different place that the Joker used before they got uh, put in Arkham or whatever. So like I think well, actually this and that's where I think he calls her up and says like meet us at this place because like,
Hmm.
just in case or whatever.
Yeah, it's
Or
like
I think it's just to meet them there. I think it was yeah.
yeah, this is like I think it says like the Apex Factory or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So this like big skyscraper. So Batman's like to Harley like hang on. He pulls out his bat grapple. Harley has a Joker grapple, which doesn't work well. It
Yeah,
actually
yeah,
like bonks her on the head.
yeah. And he's just like, oh, and like yeah, that I think he just grabs her and and uses the grapple up.
Yeah. And then they get up to like one of the top floors and they break in and it's like she said that like this used to be a hideout. So they're like nobody's been here for years and of course that they open up a door and it's like a speakeasy inside of like gangsters like gambling and like listening to music. So like speakeasies are usually underground in the literal sense. Like below sub like basements.
Yeah, yeah, because once there's almost like yeah, it was just missing like a needle scratch because like once the door
Yeah.
she opens the door, they kind of it does like they do have that like camera angle from inside and it is looking up, so there's like a stairs going down, so like it yeah, as you're saying, it should be a little more like hidden under. There should be like a little like staircase or something, but it's still be open. But it was like it looks like they're on like the main floor, and then there was like that would have been like basement one, but yeah, it should have been
Yeah.
a little bit more underground.
It's like putting a
But
speakeasy inside a hospital. Like it's weird. Like an abandoned hospital still, but a big building as opposed to like I don't know, like a club. Like you know what I mean? Like it's
yeah, it was just weird that the of it was like the ceiling for floor one instead of the basement where sort of thing. But it
yeah.
seemed a little too open for a speakeasy. Yeah, but as I said, it was just missing that, and like the entire place kind of scratches to all, and like they look on there like oh it's Batman sort of thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's when like the whoever was like running it
Yes,
speaks
Boxy
up.
Bennett, I think his name was.
Yeah, yeah. No, I forgot to look it up beforehand, but I feel it's like the voice actor is like one of those actors is like, oh yeah, it's that guy. But
Okay,
like
so
I probably like recognize who it is, but like I don't. It's one of those guys you don't actually know the
I
name.
looked it up because I thought it was Michael Chiklis, the guy who
Oh
plays the
no,
Thing in the Fantastic Four, and I'm like,
oh
no, it's not him. As much as I thought it was, it's
no,
this
yeah, I did.
actor Dick Miller.
Yeah, probably if I recognize who it is, I'm just looking up there. Yeah, and yeah, I would have known if it was Michael Chiklis because I watched The Shield. Is
Oh,
and I really
nice.
like that. Yeah, so and he was on that. So like if you haven't seen that and like that kind of show, it'd be worth checking out. He was pretty good.
So I
See,
have been interested in watching the show. Like, if you had to pitch it to me, like, what's it about?
I, oh yeah, we should like it's going to sound less exciting now because yeah, like knowing what we know, it just sounds like cosplay. Yeah, like he's like the head of like a 4-man task force like in a police station,
Okay.
but he's like but they're also like criminals. They're like stealing drugs and like selling all this stuff. So they're actually
Oh,
so it's like yeah, like the first episode, like the first initial scene, like is like they're breaking into like this drug dealer's place or whatever, and he ends up shooting one of this other cop in the head and killing him because
Oh
he
my
ends up being
gosh.
because he ends up being a plant from like the main police guy. I'm not sure like the who the head guy is or whatever, like that runs a police station. It's escaping
Holy
my head or sort
crap.
of thing. Yeah, but it is a good show. It's worth it, that's why I know Walton Goggins from initially because I haven't watched that other show
Walton
that he's
Goggins is on that?
yeah, he's like Michael Chiklis is like second in command. He's like his like right hand man in that show. Yeah, and that's where I know him from because I did watch Justified, which is on my list of on my list to watch. But he's like yeah, and he's like really good in that show. Yeah, that's where I know him
I'll be
from.
damned. I'm
But
looking at him
yeah,
in the show right
yeah,
now.
it's definitely worth checking out. Yeah, I think
He
it's
has
really
not
good.
aged a day.
No, he hasn't. Yeah. That's yeah. He must have gotten
The Keanu
yeah,
Reeves Fountain of Youth.
yeah, or just like that hairline early.
Yeah. But yeah, so Boxy Bennett basically says to his goons, like get the bat. So like they manage to. I think actually Harley knocks him out from behind,
Oh yeah.
and he like it's like dropped on a pool table, and like like a dozen guns pointed at him. So he's like not going anywhere. So he's like who would have thought the bat would be in my place? Like you live in Gotham, it was pretty much a matter of time, wasn't it? But yeah, he's like, and what are you doing with him, Harley? Aren't you with the Joker? He's like, but you could be with a guy like me, class act or whatever. And she says, I wouldn't work with somebody like Batman. Nah, I was gonna double cross him. And just expecting Batman to pull like a Christopher Reeve, like, Quinn, you poisonous snake. But
Does she actually say she's double crossing him, or did she just try and pretend that she's not with him as a whole?
she's pretending she's not with him, at least at this point.
Yeah.
Because she says, like, have you seen Mr. J? Where he's been around? And she's like, no, I haven't seen him. And he's like, I never understood why you'd want to be with a crazy guy like him. And as she's getting asked this, she looks outside and sees Robin's like looking through the window, and she realizes like he sees Batman and he's gonna try and like rescue him. So she's like, I know I need a diversion. So she's like, Mr. J, him and me, we're a couple of regular sweethearts. Well, like one of the great romances, like Oliver and Barbara and War of the Roses, or Annette and Sebastian and Cruel Intentions. And so she starts singing on, she jumps onto the stage and she says to the pianist, I think like A flat or something,
Yeah.
and he starts playing a song. So this is where I'm like, this is like weird and dark. She starts singing a love ballad about domestic abuse. I'm
Yeah,
not
so
kidding.
you gotta sing what you know, I guess.
Yeah. Like, just to give you guys an idea of some of the lyrics here, I never knew romance had ended until you poisoned my food. Life used to be so placid. Won't you please put down that acid? Like,
Real
shit.
acid.
Real acid.
See, goggles know nothing.
But like, yeah, it's just like lyric act after lyric of her, like basically saying like "I love you" and like basically describing the ways the Joker has like physically or emotionally like abused her. It's like, what the hell? Like, I know she's demented, but jeez.
And then I think as she's singing that, we don't see it, but that's when like Robin comes in and actually like frees Batman. So like
Hmm.
the song ends, and then you kind of see Batman swing in and start beating the crap out of everybody.
Yep.
I think.
And I think that's where as they're like getting out of the into the Batmobile, um, I forget how the subject of the mayor comes up, but like Harley starts laughing, And he's like, "What's so funny?" She's like, "You haven't figured it out yet." He said, "The Joker's holding Mayor Hill prisoner at his mansion, and she's using Hill as a way of distracting the cops so that they don't do anything." And so like it cuts away to like him at the mayor's house with the bomb next to the pool, and the Joker's doing a cannonball. And so, like Batman and them like go to stake out the property, and so he's like trying to figure out like how to do this and how to make sure that like the mayor doesn't get injured or killed. And so I forget what he says, but like basically it's like you let us here, Harley, great, but for now I'm gonna make sure you don't go anywhere. So he like handcuffs her to like the steering wheel of the Batmobile.
And didn't he learn from like the last time he handcuffed her like 5 minutes ago?
Clearly not, because yeah, because she's had a fake hand this whole time because she like pops it off and she's just like, well, actually that was easier than the last time. Like
And where'd she get it though?
maybe Batman's got fake hands like in the back of his glove box.
Never right. Okay. Not where I thought you were going
Keep
with
it
that,
clean. Keep it clean.
but yeah. Just leave it at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Must resist joke. Must resist joke. Yeah, so I forget how it happened, but basically like Batman and Robin are like trying to like figure out how to take down the Joker. And I think like it's Harley who basically like steps in. Oh, before Harley steps in, the mayor says to the Joker, like, look, like you have me hostage. Can you just like whatever ransom you want, we'll pay it. Just like don't destroy the city. He's like, ransom? You think I'm doing this for a ransom? I'm gonna intend to destroy the city. I'm not gonna do all this and not have a finale. He's like, what? But all those innocent voters, I mean people.
Yeah, and like as I said, like like as if the Joker really cares about people. Really, he's just like this way. If this is what he feels like doing today, like yeah,
Yeah.
this is what he's gonna fucking do unless Batman stops him.
You know what I was also wondering? Where is Hill's son in this? Remember his son in like Be a Clown, Jordan?
At a friend's house, I guess I don't know, or the wife or anybody else, because yeah, like, at least that
The wife took full custody.
or yeah, if, like a mayor in a house like that, there's no way he doesn't have like a couple people like yeah, like that are like cook and clean and all that stuff. Yeah, so like where the hell is like everyone else other than just him?
I've just noticed like the mayor said obviously like he's thinking like of the city, but it's like you're not meant. I guess you're roping in your family in that, or you're not including them, or you don't care. One of those situations. I don't know. But yeah, so Harley like turns on Batman and Robin and I forget how I think she like manages to like wrap them up in like cord or something.
Yeah, no, she like comes in and has like that very
Oh
specific gun
yeah.
that has like that's like the that's able to like fit over your like at the wrist or whatever. So she shoots it a couple times and like gets Batman like up against the wall. And, like
Yeah, that was a weird gun.
yeah, and he's like, hey, and then she was like, like the things you'll find in like the glove
Yeah,
box
that's what it
or so
was.
that sort of thing. Yeah. So
Yeah, and so like she goes up to the Joker and she's like, "Hey, Puddin," and he's like, "What the hell are you doing here? I mean, it's so good to see you."
like how'd you get out of Arkham? Like I got Batman sprung me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she
Thanks,
says
Batman.
yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think she says like the what the story, like the basic idea of like what happened. Like, hey, guy, he got her out to try and find you, but like I was always going to double cross him, but honey.
Mhm. Like, that's right. You're a good stool pigeon.
And then I
Yeah.
forget what happens right after that.
Well, he sets the countdown for 10 minutes and he says like to Harley like, get in the plane like, like cuz they're going to take it into like a biplane and like drop it on the city. And So I thought like it was interesting that Robin said this because usually it's Batman who would be smart enough to point this out. He says, "Did you not find it interesting, Harley, that the Joker was going to detonate the bomb and not pick you up before he did it?" And she's like, "You wouldn't have done that to me, would you, Puddin?" It's like, what has he not done to you at this point? Actually, do I want to know the answer to that question? Like, but he's like, "Oh, I would never do something like that to you." She's like, "Well, there's still time then. Like we can go back to Arkham and get all our friends. Like, the." And she like lists off like the lizard guy, Killer Croc, and like Ivy. Ivy's one of the first ones actually she mentions. And he's like, "No, no, no, I don't want any of those freaks. Like they're not coming along." And then, um, oh, how does it get onto the topic of the hyenas? And she's like, "I'm not going back for the friggin' hyenas." She's like, "You're gonna kill the babies? I'll buy you a goldfish." So it was interesting how like Robin kind of got the ball started there. It's just like, all right, dance puppets, dance.
And don't you think that bomb was a little big to be trying to fly on a biplane?
Yeah, that was pretty big.
Because like the two that we know that were dropped from planes were like bomber planes that are made specifically for that for thing, not just for like biplanes to get like one maybe two people up in the air.
That's
Because
true. Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that atomic bombs weigh more than two people.
Oh
I'll put
yeah.
good money. I'll put good money on
Yeah, especially the old style, like the Wright brothers almost
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, so like Harley, she like jumps out of the plane, and Joker's kind of like we'll take off without her, whatever. Joker does what is like the fastest costume transition I think I've seen since this show started, because in the span of like 2 seconds, he's in a full pilot's uniform. Like he walks in like through the plane, like like open door and out the cockpit in like a blink of an eye, and he's like fully dressed. I'm like, okay, like all right, you're dressed for the job you want. I get it. Like, so they start flying up as like Harley's like trying to free Batman and Robin, and I forget why did he turn his like gun on the goons?
Oh, like it's because like Harley had that gun with like the Joker head on it. So yeah, so
Oh
she
yeah,
like fires like the extremely good shot and like clocks him in the head and kind of like knocks him out like or at least momentarily. So like that's when he like kind of because of that he like kind of pulls the trigger on it and kind of spins around and that's when
yeah.
it swings out and starts shooting at the plane.
Yeah, because I'm just picturing these poor goons like watching the Joker turn these like Gatling gun turrets
Yeah,
right in
yeah,
their
yeah, yeah,
faces.
yeah.
Like,
Pull the Indiana Jones's dad on him, but in the front of the plane instead of the back.
what happens at 5 o'clock?
1, 2, 3.
That was the best. Oh shit. Yeah. So oh yeah. So I think like Harley manages to knock the plane down
Yeah,
without dropping the bomb or like igniting it like because it
like it.
crashes into the mayor's like building like a fiery ruin. Maybe I missed something, but how the hell did that bomb not go off?
I'm fairly certain like that they'd being like the bomb that it is, they'd probably rig it so they probably that wouldn't go off if it just got jostled slightly. So
We have a
because
saying it. We have a saying at
because
my job when something you like survives an emergency. It's just like, dude, go out and buy a lotto ticket. Like I know Batman's rich, but he should be buying a lotto ticket.
like because I'm going to assume like going up in a plane to like drop it out there's going to be so, like, at least like a tiny bit of turbulence so you don't want like friggin' bomb going off before you friggin' get there. So
Yeah.
So yeah, so if it's just getting dead, but if it's going off with like a little jostle like that, then something's wrong.
I mean, the Joker flying it, you're gonna get more than a jostle.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They so
Gonna be a
I think with
bumpy
it.
ride.
So I think so he just just gets out of the plane, and I think that's where Harley comes up with the gun and starts points it at him, and then she like yells at him, and then
Hmm.
he's like, come on, do it, or you'll just what is it? What is he yelling at her? He's
You
just like
don't
saying,
have
yeah,
the
oh
guts.
yeah, yeah, just saying like, just you'll come crawling back at some soon, if not right now, sort of thing, or whatever. And just going in at her, and she actually does pull the trigger at him, but it's just rat tat tat on it, like one of the instead of bang, it kind of just a little stick in the
Hmm.
flag, little small flag out, and then he looks like almost surprised that she actually did try and shoot him,
Yeah.
even though it was like a fake gun.
Do you think she knew it was a fake gun?
No, no, she didn't. But
Yeah.
by judging by his reaction, I'm not 100% if he knew if it was real or not, too, or if he was just
Right.
mad at the fact that, or if he was just mad at the fact that she, like her not knowing it was a fake gun, that she actually, pulled the trigger.
Yeah. I was like,
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I thought at first she knew it was a fake gun and just
no.
wanted to like make him like sweat a little.
No, I think it was the other way around. I think, I think he was saying that knowing that it wasn't real, and also, secondarily, that she wouldn't, probably most likely wouldn't do it.
Hmm.
Or I guess I was banking on the fact that maybe he like first knew that she wasn't going to do it, and B, it was a fake gun, so that was what the reaction was, yeah,
Yeah.
because
And then we
he
have
said
this
he,
this
but
interesting like it's kind of like a honeymooners ending where like Joker, I guess he's impressed that she tried to kill him.
yeah,
And he's like, "Baby, you're the greatest. To the
yeah.
moon, Harley."
Yeah, and then ends on a loving hug.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Two psychos in love.
so what would you give this episode out of five broken relationships?
I am gonna give it 3 out of 5. I like that we get some agency with Harley here. I know we got more of her like in the Harley and Ivy episode, but then again, we also had like Ivy sharing half that. So it was nice to see Harley kind of stand on her own a little bit, even though she's working with Batman. And yeah, like it was a fun Joker episode at the same time. Um, yeah, no, it was a pretty good middle episode, but mid
Yeah,
level.
yeah, I think I'll give it a 3 out of 5 as well. Yeah, it was a nice Joker and Harley episode, which kind of goes into what their relationship is like, where it's even they are like, star-crossed lovers sort of thing, almost sort that it's also as bad a relationship as you think it's going to be, because everyone says like, oh yeah, I want a Romeo and Juliet relationship, not knowing it lasted for a weekend and then they both killed each other, yeah, sort of thing. But I think if anybody, but I think if there's anybody that does have one in real life, or other than them, it would be the two of them, sort of thing. So bad match made in heaven.
Yeah.
Or hell, I guess I should say. But yeah, I'd definitely give it a 3 out of 5 as well. Right. As I said, that is the episode for this week. Thanks for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman and the animated series. Next week's episode will be Time Out of Joint. It's another, which is the second clocking episode, which I saw more in syndication than the first one. I think, yeah, to the point where actually I think I forgot that the first one was around, and after like a couple times, I'm like, yeah, this does kind of seem like a story where or it's just a character that was more prevalent, or you actually knew it. But yeah, then I think it came on after, and I was like, oh yeah, there are two. I tell you, you can follow us on at, yeah, if I could talk, I would say you can follow us on Twitter/X at Beyond Backcast, on Instagram at Beyond the Backcast. We are on YouTube now at youtube.com/at Beyond the Backcast. Check us out there. Give us a rate, review, and subscribe there. there or wherever you find your podcasts, or if you listen to us now, that'll just definitely help us out and give us a comment and see if you actually, like listen to us or like things you might change, because I haven't seen any comments yet or anything. So, but if they do, make sure they're nice, because I'm not going to read them if they're not. But I won't. But how would I know if I don't read them? So please be nice.
I'll
And
read
where
them and
can
I'll
we
tell
find
you.
you on the internet, Okay, yeah. There you go. Where can we find you on the
There you
internet,
go.
Braden? And where can we
You can
find you on the
find me
internet?
at you can find me on my podcast, Fandom and Folklore, where we talk about fantasy movies and TV shows and the fandoms that follow them. And if you want to find out more of this show, you can find us on Instagram, Beyond the Backcast, and click on our link tree there, and you can find our Discord.
And you can follow me on my personal Instagram at Stump Chunkman. And as I said, thanks for joining us in the Batcave to talk about Batman, the animated series at Beyond the Backcast. Goodbye, good chums. Kapow.